morning, sir. She said, good morning, sir. Let me tell about the sister. Tell me what she said. She said, good morning, sir. Let me tell about the sister. She said, morning, miss up. Me have something for you from Jaw. Me said, who? She said, Mrs. Jaw. Which Jaw? Mrs. Jaw. Which Jaw? Mrs. Jaw. Morning, miss up. Me have something for you from Jaw. Me said, who? She said, Mrs. Jaw. Which Jaw? Mrs. Jaw. Which Jaw? Mrs. Jaw. Listen me. Bad man no fi pull Chester jaw. No kiss Mrs. Jaw, nor kiss Lester jaw. Me ready fi go full up or this a dresser draw. Drop in, I did the professor now. Me longer than the canal of Panama. And it a figure alone teenage to grandma. Play the like y'all play guitar. Oh, you bad like lady song. She said, morning miss up, me have something for you from Jaw. Me said, who? She said, Mrs. Jaw. Which Jaw? Mrs. Jaw. Which Jaw? Mrs. Jaw. Morning miss up, me have something for you from Jaw. Me said, who? She said, Mrs. Jaw. Which Jaw? Mrs. Jaw. Which Jaw? Mrs. Jaw. It go form like a duck we lock down the theater. Safe sex make you live on from now till later. If the boy not have no boots, call the panther maker. If the boy get called the undertaker. She said, if I no cartel, I must have save her. You're the bestest in the whole Jamaica. Make she weak like a baby in the incubator. Then me tell her we link you later. She said, morning miss up, me have something for you from Jaw. Me said, who? She said, Mrs. Jaw. Which Jaw? Mrs. Jaw. Which Jaw? Mrs. Jaw. Morning miss up, me have something for you from Jaw. Me said, who? She said, Mrs. Jaw. Which Jaw? Mrs. Jaw. Which Jaw? Mrs. Jaw. Listen me. Bad man no fi pull Chester jaw. No kiss Mrs. Jaw, nor kiss Lester jaw. Me ready fi go full up or this a dresser draw. Drop in, I did the professor now. Me longer than the canal of Panama. And it a figure alone teenage to grandma. Play the like y'all play guitar. Oh, you bad like lady song. She said, morning miss up, me have something for you from Jaw. Me said, who? She said, Mrs. Jaw. Which Jaw? Mrs. Jaw. Which Jaw? Mrs. Jaw. Morning miss up, me have something for you from Jaw. Me said, who? She said, Mrs. Jaw. Which Jaw? Mrs. Jaw. Which Jaw? Mrs. Jaw. It go form like a duck we lock down the theater. Safe sex make you live on from now till later. If the boy not have no boots, call the panther maker. If the boy get called the undertaker. She said, if I no cartel, I must have save her. You're the bestest in the whole Jamaica. Make she weak like a baby in the incubator. Then me tell her me link you later. She said, morning miss up, me have something for you from Jaw. Me said, who? She said, Mrs. Jaw. Which Jaw? Mrs. Jaw. Which Jaw? Mrs. Jaw. Morning miss up, me have something for you from Jaw. Me said, who? She said, Mrs. Jaw. Which Jaw? Mrs. Jaw. Which Jaw? Mrs. Jaw.